What is it about certain cities that just pull you in and refuse to let go? There's something magnetic about Barcelona that goes beyond the stunning architecture and endless coastline. It's the way creativity seems to flow through every narrow street, the way innovation meets tradition on every corner, and honestly, the way this city just makes you want to create something beautiful. I've been designing remotely for the past 2 years, bouncing between different cities, always searching for that perfect blend of inspiration and productivity. But nothing prepared me for what I discovered when I landed in Barcelona, with nothing but my laptop and a burning desire to see if this place could become my creative home base. The moment I stepped off that plane, I knew this wasn't going to be just another stop on my digital nomad journey. This was going to be something completely different. Barcelona has this energy that's impossible to ignore. It's like the city itself is designed to fuel creativity, and as a remote designer, that's exactly what I was craving. Over the next few weeks, I'm going to take you inside my complete Barcelona experience. We're talking about everything from finding the perfect co-working spaces where actual magic happens, to discovering those hidden neighborhoods where inspiration strikes at every turn. I'll show you exactly how much it costs to live and work here as a remote creative, the tools and setups that kept me productive while exploring this incredible city, and the connections I made that completely changed how I approach my design work. But here's what I really want you to understand. This isn't just about working from a beautiful location. This is about how the right environment can completely transform your creative output. I'm talking about designing in spaces that challenge you, meeting people who push your boundaries, and discovering a workflow that actually makes you excited to wake up and create. You're going to see the real numbers, the honest struggles, and those breakthrough moments that reminded me why I chose this lifestyle in the first place. From navigating client calls at 3 in the morning to finding that perfect cafe where ideas just flow naturally, every single day brought something new. The co-working scene here is absolutely unreal. I'm talking about spaces that feel more like creative studios than traditional offices, surrounded by entrepreneurs, artists, and innovators from every corner of the world. The conversations happen naturally, collaborations spark organically, and suddenly you're working on projects you never could have imagined from your home office. And let's be honest about something. Remote work can get lonely. It can get repetitive. But when you're designing in a city that's constantly inspiring you, when you're meeting people who are on similar journeys, when you wake up and the Mediterranean is calling your name, everything changes. So grab your favorite drink, get comfortable, and let me show you exactly what happened when I decided to turn Barcelona into my remote design playground. Trust me, by the end of this series, you're going to be looking at flights. The first week was all about finding my rhythm. You know that feeling when you're trying to work from a new place and everything feels slightly off? Your usual morning routine doesn't exist. Your internet connection is questionable, and you're basically starting from scratch. But Barcelona threw me a curveball that I wasn't expecting. I started my search in the Gothic quarter, thinking those ancient stone walls would give me some serious creative energy. And they did. But not in the way I imagined. There's something about designing modern interfaces while sitting in a cafe that's literally built into a medieval wall. The contrast was insane, and it pushed me to think about my work in completely new ways. Then I discovered Gracia, and everything clicked. This neighborhood has this village feel right in the heart of the city, and the design community here is absolutely thriving. I found myself working from this tiny cafe called Blue Project, where half the people had laptops and the other half were sketching in notebooks. The creative energy was infectious. But here's where things got interesting. My usual design process completely shifted. Back home, I'd sit in my apartment, headphones on, cranking out project after project. In Barcelona, I found myself taking breaks to walk through Park Güell, and those walks weren't just breaks. They were becoming part of my creative process. I'd see Gaudi's organic shapes and suddenly understand how to solve a layout problem I'd been struggling with for days. The networking happened naturally. I joined this Slack group for Barcelona Digital Nomads, and within 3 days I was collaborating with a developer from Berlin and a content creator from São Paulo. We ended up working on this project for a local startup, and it became one of my favorite pieces in my portfolio. The work-life balance everyone talks about when they mention Barcelona. It's real, you think, but it's not what's not about working less. It's about working smarter. When you know you're going to meet friends for dinner at 10 p.m., you become incredibly focused during your actual work hours. When you know the beach is 20 minutes away, you stop procrastinating because you actually have somewhere amazing to go. My client calls became more dynamic too. There's something powerful about jumping on a video call with a backdrop of Mediterranean architecture. Clients started asking about my location. Conversations became more personal, and somehow that translated into stronger working relationships. The cost breakdown was eye-opening. I was spending about the same as I would in any major city, but the quality of life was exponentially better. A co-working day pass cost 15 euros. An incredible lunch was 12 euros. And my monthly Airbnb in Gracia was actually cheaper than my rent back home. Looking back at those incredible weeks in Barcelona, I realized this experience changed more than just my location. It shifted my entire perspective on what remote work could actually be. This wasn't just about finding a pretty backdrop for my laptop. It was about discovering how the right environment can unlock creativity you didn't even know you had. The connections I made, the projects that emerged, the way my design thinking evolved. None of that would have happened from my home office. Barcelona taught me that being a digital nomad isn't about escaping your work. It's about finding places that make your work come alive in ways you never imagined. If you've been thinking about taking that leap, about turning your remote work into something bigger than just a job you do from anywhere, I can't recommend this experience enough. Barcelona isn't just a beautiful city to work from. It's a place that challenges you, inspires you, and connects you with a community of creators who are all pushing boundaries. So whether you're a designer, developer, writer, or any kind of creative professional, consider this your sign. Book that flight, pack that laptop, find your own Barcelona, whatever that looks like for you. Because on the other side of that comfort zone is a version of your work and yourself that you haven't met yet.